The daughter Gyenema asked, "We four sisters of inferior birth have little understanding. In the teaching of the rite of transference, you said there were signs of death. What are those like?" "Well-born girls and boys, listen carefully and I will explain," Machik said. And then all of a sudden, as she looked into the sky's expanse, her body started to blaze with light. She rose up to about 1 cubit up in the sky, and in a delightful manner began to explain. "The signs of death are the same as when I taught the manner of dying in the explanation of the stages of creation and completion. However, since it did not resolve the confusion evident in your question, girl, I will explain a little more. At the end of a terminal illness, finally your bodily constituents fall apart, your body emits a bad smell, and you break out into a sweat and turn pale. Your speech becomes jumbled, and your eyes roll upward. You appear alarmed and want to leave. Your hands flutter around as if searching for a lost needle. The hairs on the head and body stand up, and the color in the nails is drained. Your mouth is parched, and breath comes in short pants. Then, where there was pallor before, now the complexion becomes bright and slushed. Your arms start flexing, and you get upset and flustered. There are hallucinations of things that don't exist, that feel like they are sticking to the body, and your hands try to get rid of them. Sometimes you see clearly, and sometimes you don't see at all and go into darkness. It seems like there's a watermill in your ears with sounds of wing wing, and tick tick like a continuous trickle. You smell non-existent odors that seem to waft in and out. You feel some kind of layers of dirt on the tongue, mainly bitter in taste. No matter what you do with your body, discomfort just increases. With a frantic mind making you restless, the nerves and ligaments inside your calves and forearms hurt and make you move with the torso coming out in front like a speeding snake. Your head hair and body hairs become slightly dewy. You constantly want to move your bed and you have strange perceptions. You feel intense attachment for any friends and relatives and call out their names again and again. At times your senses deceive you and you experience some events from other dream states. Then you don't recognize your friends and relatives and you mutter all sorts of incomprehensible nonsense. At other times, you come to your senses somewhat. You should recognize these first signs of death. At that time, if your awareness is diluted in confusion, tighten up awareness and try very hard again and again not to fall into delusion. If you are attached to friends, relatives, food, and wealth at that time, think about how everything is impermanent, just like yourself, and without any attachment, just remember the Lama. At that time, don't be timid. Rouse your awareness and be as confident as a warrior. Rely on the pride of being the Yidam deity. If you are scared at the thought of dying, recall the pure perspective of emptiness like this. Intrinsic awareness is not something that comes about from causes and conditions. Even all the Buddhas of the 3 times do not see it. This awareness that is essentially free of characteristics has no reason to die. Since it is not born, there is also no cessation, nor even any abiding. Therefore, it naturally has the character of emptiness. Since it is deathless, what is the cause for alarm? At first, right after these signs of death, in the normal manner of an ordinary person's death, there is a progressive dissolution and absorption of the 5 elements. When the 5 elements are disrupted, each of the 5 elements has both outer and inner signs of absorption. There are 5 colors. Earth is yellow, water is white, fire is red, wind is green, space is dark blue or black. In the first place, the earth element provided the support for the formation of the body, water the cohesion, wind the movement, fire the maturing, and space the spaciousness to form a body. So earth, as the supporter, has the qualities of firmness and solidity. That now disintegrates all at once and dissolves inside the water element. Earth and water in combination are disrupted. Similarly, water dissolves into fire, fire into wind, and wind into space. Space is the companion of awareness. It is called the strength of space's awareness or its generative force. The pure vital essence drop, the indestructible drop of vital essence, whose nature is light, abides as the size of the smallest mustard seed. It provides the support for awareness. The very subtle life force energy current provides the mount for awareness. Wisdom's unimpeded dynamic energy guides awareness into the pathway of the light tube of the central channel. With the doorway to freedom of great wisdom open, awareness is drawn through the window and expelled out, arriving in the place of highest great bliss. This is called the esoteric instruction on the right of transference. At first, when the earth dissolves into the water, the outer sign is physical deterioration. The body won't bend, and it is as if a great weight presses down. You can't get up, and you can't control urine. The inner signs are mental images like a flow of smoky light that makes a bluish slithering movement, and like vapors that make a bluish wafting movement, and the feeling that it comes back and covers you. When water dissolves into fire, the outer signs are a dry mouth, the breath rasping with fiery heat, the lips not meeting, and the tongue drying up and turning back, making it difficult to speak. The warmth in the 5 places moves. The inner signs are mental images of distracting appearances, like dense, shimmering mirages that move precisely. The feeling of being overtaken by a great rainstorm, and thinking that the ground has become flooded with a huge river. As fire dissolves into wind, the outer signs are that the body's heat is lost, and the senses become unclear. There is much yawning, and you can't draw the breath, so you make the sound na-ra-ra, and each resting period between breaths becomes quite long. The inner signs are a shining flame, an appearance like a flame being carried to and fro, the flame increasing, and the feeling that it will burn you. You think that all the mountains and valleys are ablaze with fire. The signs of wind dissolving into space are a darkening of some areas and black splotches on the external body and tongue. The body warmth all condensing into one round area, the breath vapors sort of wafting up, and a slight rasping audible in the windpipe. The inner signs are a bright radiance like the light in a cloudless sky. Within that, white lights like shooting stars arise and swirl all around like a snow blizzard. Thinking that a great wind is pushing you, you try to gasp and make sounds of hang-hang, with a long gasping breath of har-har. At that point, all the great fears come. When the eye organs fail, light feels like the points of weapons. It is as if you are whipped by tongues of flame and tail hair whisks. There seems to be a stirring of great clouds. It is as if there were grates and fishnets, terrifying animals, smashing cymbals, a shimmering like the moving of mirages, all kinds and of every variety of color, and terrifying sights such as you have never before experienced. At the same time, the ear organs fail, and at first, there are innumerable subtle bristling sounds, and at the same time, immediately afterward, there is a sound of tuk cham, and you think that the sky has split open. Then there is an intense resonating sound, like that of 1,000 thunderclaps, and you experience total terror. Then, there is no longer any sensitivity to external sensations, and the organs of the eyes and so on are blocked by 4 experiences like the pervasion of moonlight, of sunlight, of haziness, a total darkness, and the clear light of reality. As it continues for a while, you become somewhat afraid. Then the 5 elements dissolve internally and blend into one, becoming disrupted. The embodiment of that disruption in someone who has very great obscuration is the appearance of immeasurably numerous forms, such as that of the wrathful Lord of Death. Distracted by this internal disruption of the 5 elements, you experience terrifying appearances. Then, the 5 elements and the white and red vital essence drops combine internally, and you feel enveloped in a covering, like when a flame is snuffed out by the wind and leaves you in total darkness. That is a mere moment, and then the refuse of the elements and the refuse of the vital drops are excreted below. The pure essence of the elements and the vital drops, called indestructible, is extremely luminous and intensely radiant and unmoving. Within that, the luminous pure essence of awareness is utterly vivid. Like the freedom from all obscurations, it is shining, like the direct perception of the truth of reality. For a moment, you know yourself and attain total control over yourself. At that point, from within the central channel tube that is the nature of light, the fontanelle aperture in the crown of the head is like an open skylight, and the awareness should be expelled through it. So from the time when illness first strikes until finally mind and body are rent apart, until you attain the great enlightenment, you must stick very close to the Lama, Yidam, and genuine view. This is important in this esoteric instruction of the right of transference with substances. Keep this in mind, girls, and accomplish boundless benefit for others.